Hello guys, welcome to the Inside Indian Football episode number 39. I've already we have lots of comment already in lots of stuff to talk about. We will talk about AFC Under 23 Asian Cup qualifiers, AFC decision to change AFC Asian Cup qualifiers round 3, and how this is hypocrisy from AFC side using COVID as a reason for some games, and for other games where big teams are involved, they are not using COVID as excuse. That's one thing. Some updates about what's going on in Indian football regarding Hugo and the mindset of the way rumors have started in Indian football. I just want to clarify that also. Other than that, the telecast issues with the under 23 team, there's some confusion going on regarding the that FSDL has bought the rights from AFC. So I will clarify that also. That is not the case. And of course, I hope my sound and the video and everything is fine with you guys. Good evening to everyone. And we are doing episode number 39. So I've been this for more than now, I think 45 weeks. We have missed some of these episode, some weeks, but I think 45 weeks means 4 weeks, month, 36 in a year. So nearly more than a year we have been doing this series, and I know you guys keep on waiting for this because whenever I skip the episode, I get lots of text messages or Instagram or Telegram or Twitter DM from you guys. So let's start. I think let's talk about straight away with Hugo Humo. I wanted to clarify. I think the way the rumors have been started in Indian football, it just seems like they were going the European way. Now fans have been checking every stuff, and but they need to also consider the basic stuff. So Hugo has a long-term deal with ATK Mohun Bagan with a arrangement or a kind of a release clause for the foreign clubs, but that's not on the paper. That's arrangement between both the parties. And there's rumors that social media rumors that he has unfollowed ATK Mohun Bagan, and uh, you know and then he's not deleted his all photos and all, and this eventually got coincided with the Hugumo not arriving on time for the preseason in Goa for ATK Mohun. And I think even if there is something between both the parties, player can't go anywhere. He has to come and report to the duty. This is like a call of duty. He has to report to the duty, to play for his club because he's under contract, and that's he's bound to it. It's written in the player contract, that player need to come to the training whenever clubs ask them to do, and there are other clauses which are written in the contract. Eventually, if there is something, Hugo can't go anywhere till January, so he has to come to India, train, and if ATK Mohan wants, need to play. But eventually, I'm happy that he has himself has put on out a statement. I think statement came 5 or 10 minutes ago on his Instagram. He said, after reading some rumors about my personal situation, I need to clarify what's happening. Due to personal and administrative reasons, actually his passport got stolen, and I think his phone also got stolen. I haven't been able to join the team earlier this week. Hopefully everything will get sorted out very soon in order to allow me what I love most, playing football. I rely i rely on the French and Indian authorities to get the new passport and the visa ASAP. See you guys soon at the rate ATK Mohan Bagan. I think we should bin the rumor regarding Hugo now. It's clearly, he has clearly told in a clear language that he will be coming to India, and the reason he is not in India is because of the administrative, and his passport and I think his personal got robbed. I think it got stolen by somebody, and because of that reason, he is not able to join the ATK Mohun Bagan preseason camp. And surprisingly, ATK Mohun Bagan has gone with the plan of not playing any preseason game. I think we've seen this happen last season also. Abbas like to keep his team very tight and information. So today we're going to analyze ATK Mohun Bagan and East Bengal squad depth, and let's see. We'll talk about that. Now let's switch our focus toward the other news which came this week. India's FIFA ranking has been improved by one position, so we are now 106 instead of 107. uh, Nothing to do with the SAFF. So SAFF rankings will eventually come handy once after a couple of weeks. So Sri Lanka will improve their position with the result against India. So India might have a decline in their position because we are not going to play in November. So and now it's a bit tricky because draw of AFC, because I'm going to come into the next, regarding the AFC decision and how that's a hypocritic decision from AFC. Now the issue is because there is still no draw for the third round of AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, and I think now the draw will take place in Feb, I think, or in June only. I think draw will take place in June, so it's very important for India. Not in June, I think draw will take place. I think in May. I'm not sure. I have to confirm this, but I think it's likely to be in May. And India is not playing any games in November, so the only possible window for us is in now March, so that our ranking remains, so that India remains on the pot one. Before that, let me come into the decision which AFC has taken, and why this decision is very bad decision for India and developing nations. Let me start with COVID situation worldwide has improved. Every country has been, vaccinating their citizenship. The athletes, the players, they already are. Most of the athletes worldwide are part of the bubble, or they have got prioritized while getting vaccine and all. So now, right now, last few months, AFC World Cup qualifiers final round is going on, where the top nations like Australia, South Korea, Japan, these nations are playing. And for those games, the home and away, everything is going very naturally for from AFC side. So COVID is there still in Asia, and still in these countries also are affected, and they have not changed the format of those qualifiers. Of course, they will not, because the rich and powerful federations are involved into it. So they're not going to change the format for that. They're not going to make it central venue. They're not going to remove those 6 games and then make it 3 games. So, but the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, which not going on right now, which not starting in November, it's going to start in Feb. Either AFC have used some astrologer, कोई पंडित को बुलाया है इन्होंने, या किसी भी मतलब जो भविष्य देख सकता है उसको बुलाया है. The way COVID situation has been improving worldwide, they have now guessed that once the AFC Asian Cup round 3 qualifiers was supposed to start, which was Feb of 2022, they feel that COVID situation will be, very bad at that time. And now they have converted these home and away fixtures, where every team was supposed to get 6 games, into a single round robin tie, which is going to play at the central venue. So tell me one thing, World Cup qualifiers, which are going on last couple of months and now which will also go in November, everything is fine. There is COVID is there. I'm not saying COVID was not there, and there is a home and away is going on, of course, because rich federations and strong teams are involved, and of course these are World Cup qualifiers. I agree. For developing countries like India, the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers is more important for us because that's a realistic chance to play a major international tournament. That's what our team is preparing for. That's what the country football is going towards, because it's important for us to qualify for AFC Asian Cup 2023. Now, what they have done is now they've changed these home and away games to the single tie games to the central venue, and which these games were supposed to start in Feb, and now the matches will start in the June. They will take place in June 8, June 11, June 14. So you're just playing 3 games now, and eventually the group winners will go through. So if India is in the pot one, hopefully by the time the draw take place, they should be in pot one. If they keep on playing some friendlies, so India need to make sure that they perform well in all 3 games, so that they finish on top of the group, and that's the only way they're going to qualify for the AFC Asian Cup main tournament. Of course, the second ranked team will go, but there is lots of confusion on that also, because number of teams are not equal in all the groups, so there might be some issues. So, because some team will pull out from it, so you never know with the second ranked team what will happen. So that's the thing. And the AFC statement says, the decision was taken by AFC Executive Committee after taking into consideration the existing challenges caused by COVID-19 pandemic, while protesting the safety and well-being of all stakeholders in the lead up to the finals of the Asia's Premier Men National Tournament, which will held in China from June 16 to June 16 to July 16 in 2023. So tournament is in 2023, and they have made this a central venue where they could have been easily got these qualifiers. If they don't want to start in Feb, they could have started this qualifier in March. They still had June and July to play for, right? Of course, there is World Cup in December, so and then they could have October and November window to play for, and I think there is a window in September also. So these are 5 FIFA windows were there before FIFA World Cup 2022, and then of course you have March window also. They have enough time to do it the way it was should be done. If they were not feeling comfortable with Feb window, they could have started in March. If they were not feeling with March, they could have started in June. Then there was a July. Then there was September window. Then there is a October window. Then there was a November window, and then there was a March window to complete the qualifiers. And I think this is just hypocrisy from AFC side, because of course the developing nations are involved. They have not much say in the way AFC operations goes. And if World Cup qualifiers can go home and away easily, I think uh, these qualifiers should have been gone the way it should be. Now India is playing 3 games, so if India does not do well in one of those games, uh, that means it will be unlikely for India, unlikely for India to qualify for the next round. So I think uh, that's my thoughts. I think this, I have seen this in past also, so I can't say anything, regarding this. So I think let's see AFC. I think it has become tough for India now. I think with 3 games in just back to back without any proper rest and everything, it will be tough for India to qualify now, considering what kind of draw we will get from it. So let's see. Other than that, I think they were saying, somebody asking me to check UAE tweet. I have to check. I'm not sure what trying to tell. Uh, yeah, that's, I know that it will be shown in the UAE. The live stream will be there. So I'm coming into that also. I will come to the under 23 team and mm, the telecast and everything. So just give me some stuff before. Let me complete this. So this is my thoughts on the AFC and how have they done with the. I think this is not good for us. Eventually, one more thing which I want to say is, that countries like India doesn't play many games. So these are our chance to play top AFC nations at our level. Not the Japan and South Koreas, but nations who are at the similar level of India. And we are removing those 3 match, less games for our player, less official games for our players, and I think it's politics. I understand why they have done it, you know, because no big teams are involved. The big teams are already in the World Cup qualifiers. So this is the thing. And now let me come into the next topics. Now let's move towards under 23 team straight away. Final squad has been announced by Igor Stimac. So 5 players are dropped from the squad which was initially announced for the 28 men. So let me just come on the. I will straight away let me tell who are the 5 players who have been removed from the team. The 5 players which have been removed, which are not part of this team, is Prateek Kumar Singh from Niroka, Vikas from Round Glass Punjab on centre back, Helen from Indian Arrows, Sahil Panwar or Pamar, how I want to pronounce it, from Odisha FC, which is, this is surprising for me. SK Sahil, this is what happened. SK was playing regularly for Mohan Bagan before they got merged with the ATK. Now, last season didn't have much playing time, and this eventually got, because the center midfield position, there is lots of competition. Will come into the what kind of lineup we can see from Igor Stimac perspective or from my perspective. Of course, Sahil Pawar has been withdrawn by Odisha FC as he has suffered a injury in the preseason. So this is the squad for you guys. The final squad, 23 men squad, regarding India's AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. India is going to play 3 games in these. Oman versus India is on the 25th of October, which is Monday. Then there is India versus UAE on the Thursday. And there is a game, India versus Czech Republic, on 31st of October on Sunday. So 3 games. India need to do well against Oman and Czech Republic both. I think, sorry, Kyrgyz Republic, not Czech Republic, Kyrgyzstan. So let me pronounce that way. So Oman versus India, India versus Europe, UAE, India versus Kyrgyzstan. So game after every three or 2 days. So without any proper camp or without any match practice, our boys are going there. The head coach is Igor Stimac, and he has said that for every country has a talented youngsters, under 23 players who are already playing the senior level for the respective countries. So do we, but we need to find the balance in the team. The good thing for us that we already have a number of players from the bunch of players who have been part of national team, aware of what kind of weather is to be accepted, and also the expectation from the fans. Our aim is always the same, to go out and win every game, but it will depend on the approach we take on depending on information about the strength of the opposition. And at this level, under 23 level, it's not easy sometimes to get details regarding the opposition, because those players are also upcoming. They're not playing at the club level, so you don't have much details other than the players who have already played for their national team or the underage team. You might find some detail on the scouting platform, but not much details are there. And considering this is age group team which changes every 2 years, so it's not easy to get also details. So I think first game which India is playing as Oman is like the game which might decide the fate of India in this group. So let's move towards what we can hope from Igor Stimac. I think this might be the team which Igor Stimac select for first game against Oman, considering everybody is fit and there is no injuries. I think this will and I have picked players who are best in their position, maybe other than Princeton Rebello, who is a number 10 or number 8. I picked him on a left wing role, but Igor Stimac prefers that. He has played under Thapa and Brendan in the similar kind of role in recent games. I think he's going 4-4-2. But one thing which I want to say is that this is the Igor Stimac chance to play that position style football. These are modern Indian footballers. They have come through. These are new generation of players. They have come through Indian youth system playing passing football. So it's not that tough with these kids to play passing football than of course comparing to the senior team. So I think he will go for 4-4-2, considering he has just one number 10 in the team, and he will not play 4-2-3-1. He might, but I personally feel that 4-3-3 formation will be better for India. So I will come into this. This looks like the basis on which Igor Stimac selected his team in the SAFF Championship last couple of games: 4-4-2, two wide playmaker, or sometime one point wide playmaker, and two center forward up front with Suresh and Apuya playing together. So I think if they are playing together for senior team, they should play together for the under 23 team. If they are best players at the senior level to play in the midfield, I think they should be best player in this under 23 team. And I personally feel I think Apuya should be the captain of the team. Has already captained Northeast United, and I think let's see what he does. But this is what I think which Igor Stimac might do, and this is what I think what I should be doing, or what might provide us better balance. The reason not much changes in that team. Only thing is that I have brought in Vincent Rebello in that role of number 8, and brought in Aniket Jadhav on a left wing, which is the role he has played in past. And of course, you can play Komal Thatal in similar kind of position, but I'm not sure what kind of fitness wise, match fitness wise, Komal Thatal is. He has not played game for many years now, proper 90 minutes. So I think this might India's strength in this team is the midfield, and I think I will go with this. This will give authority to Princeton and Suresh to go up and down, and to join the attack. Aniket Jadhav can come inside on the right foot, support Rahim Ali, and Princeton Rebello can take that position on a left wing, and Rahul KP can provide width. Then, of course, you have two attacking young dynamic fullback in the form of Ashish Rai and Akash Mishra. Hyderabad FC duo. They should be starting. I think there should be no question mark on their position. Other position which might be some changes is the center back position. Narendra and Sumit are my first two pick, and I think they should be, because Sumit Rathi is natural left-footed center back. He should play the left side position. Narendra already played for Agostini at the senior level, so he should be good enough for this team. Dheeraj will keep his place in the team. So these are the 2-11 now. Before moving to ATKMB and ST East Bengal analysis, let me ask you regarding which of the formation and which of the team. I think teams are similar. Which of the teams you guys like more? What you will pick if you're given option, formation wise. I think it should be 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, considering the depth in the team. So somebody says Kerala Blaster center back. That's a good option, but the only reason I picked Sumit Rathi is because he's left-footed guy, and that's give your defense bit more balance. I know Sumit Rathi has not played in recent time, but I think uh, he has the talent to play for India. Yeah, you can ask about Aditya say Deepak Tangri, but who will you drop in that midfield? Suresh and Apuya, both of them are playing for India senior team. I think they should be playing for India 23 team. I think the reason 4-4-3-3 works because these players knows how to keep the ball. They have been told to keep the ball on ground throughout their youth careers. These are young player. Of course, you can start Deepak Tangri. I'm not saying, but then in midfield, is there any space for Deepak Tangri? Yes, Kumar Reddy says instead of Rathi, Horiam is better than Sumit Rathi. Sumit Rathi is not comfortable on ball. I am not sure how this Sumit Rathi is not comfortable on ball has come on. Maybe because you have seen him for ATK Mohun Bagan, because that's why ATK Mohun Bagan plays. They don't keep the ball. Sumit Rathi can keep the ball at very well level. 4-3-3 will best for a attacking midfield like Princeton. I also feel because that Suresh and that will also give a freedom to Suresh because if you have Princeton along inside, keeping the midfield tight. So I think Tangri can play the center back. Of course, he can play the center back, but then I think you either remove Narendra, either remove Tangri. There is Kerala Blasters center back in the team also. So they have good options. I think this team depth wise looks better than the senior team if you ask me. The reason I'm saying because you have player for each positions, and you have depth in each position. You have somebody like Vikram Pratap Singh on bench who can come, and who can do well. The Aniket Jadhav, I think, can score goal, have scored goal for India in past, done well whenever he got chance at the club level in past. So I think this might be the time for Aniket Jadhav to take that burden. I think Rahim Ali should start if he's playing for senior team. He should be the leader in the attack for India in this team. So there are other players like Alex Saji. There are other, Komal Thatal is there, but I'm not sure that what the level of fitness Komal Thatal. There is Nikhil Raj, Chris Miranda is also there. Amarjeet Singh, another very good player which in that midfield. So somebody like Deepak Tangri, there is already four. Jackson is also there, by the way. So there is four senior in India international in that midfield. Suresh Singh, Amarjeet Singh, Apuya, Jackson Singh. So four of these players have played for the senior team. So I'm not sure how can Deepak Tangri or Nikhil Raj or Brice Mirinda can come into that center midfield position. I think only where the position is empty on the left wing or right wing. So I think Rahul KP will play on right wing. I think he has been playing for Kerala Blaster, has done well in the last season as an Indian player, young Indian player. He should be starting. Komal Thatal can play on the left wing. And then you have Princeton, Miranda, Nikhil Raj. I think that's these three players they should be aiming for. I think midfield is solid for India. That's the strongest point for us. Center back, I think Deepak can play center back. Then there's Narendra, there is Horipamp, and then of course there is Sumit Rathi and Alex Saji is also there. Up front, of course, you have Rohit Dhano and Vikram Pratap who will be on the bench. I think both the formation can work. I think, but personally, if you can ask me, I will go with 4-3-3 because that will give India chance to play that passing football, which Igor Stimac says that he wants to play. And if he wants to play passing football, I think he need to trust these midfielders. These midfielders are good enough for India's senior team. They should dominate under 23 team, because these players, these are the best generation of Indian midfielders I have seen in last 10-15 years. We never have this kind of quality in center midfield which we having nowadays, and that's great. Now let's come into the telecast stuff. Latest update, official comments we have from Kushal Das, which Kushal Das, General Secretary of AFF, said to Khel now that qualifiers broadcast rights belong to host association, UEFA in this case. It's not clear as whether UEFA will produce or broadcast the game. I think it's clear that they will broadcast the game and in their country. Now let me clarify the comments regarding the telecast controversy, which was so which was like FSDL has bought the rights from AFC regarding AFC competition in India. So those rights are for AFC Asian Cup or any championship final, which is AFC Under 16 Championship Final Tournament, AFC Under 19 Championship Final Tournament, AFC Under 23 Championship Asia Cup Final Tournament, AFC Cup Final Tournament, not playoff, not qualifiers, AFC Champions League Final Tournament, not qualifiers, not playoff. which are produced by AFC, those rights are with FSDL. When the qualifiers and these playoff games come, these rights are usually with the host nation. So in this case, it is with UAE. It's not with AFC. It's with the UAE, because these are qualifiers, and it's usually with the host nation. So in this case, again, AFF has to work around, talk to the home FA, which is UAE FA, to get the broadcasting rights. So I think that's the simple way, because FSDL can't acquire these rights from AFC, because AFC doesn't have these rights. So let's see. Now people are asking what I think about India's chances to qualify. I think preparation wise, I'm surprised even Nepal had a better preparation than us. When the senior team was playing in the SAFF championship, the under 23 team was training separately, minus the player who are the senior team. I understand that the clubs might not want to release the players, because their preseason are going on. They want these players to be together with the team, and I think this arrangement was discussed beforehand. But in summer, when the team was preparing for Nepal game, I think what could have Igor's team had done is call up these under 23 kids also, who are not part of the senior team. Just be a part of the camp, get another coach like Bibiano to train, so that he can get a more idea about these kids, while they're training. He can take a report from Bibiano Fernandez. I think that he could have done when India was preparing for those Nepal games in Kolkata 15-day camp. But I think we don't have that foresight, we can't prepare in that advance. So we are going into this championship qualifiers without any match practice. I think maximum we will have 6 to 7 training sessions. So these are not good enough for a team who wants to qualify from group stage, which is already complicated, because second team ranking, there are already issues because other group doesn't have 4 teams. So result against the fourth team in the group will not usually will not be so if India's case will not be used for the ranking of the best team player. If Kazakhstan finish fourth, so India need to do well against Oman. UAE looks like as a host. I think they should be favorite to go, but Oman has very good youth system. They have also acquired these foreign talents for their youth teams, who usually come to Oman in the early age and then given Oman passport. So I think the Oman first game of the tournament is an important game for India. If India wants to go from second place ranking team, which is only 4 team will qualify, if I'm not sure, but I think 4 team will qualify. So I will just confirm that 4 teams thing, how India can qualify. Yeah, so bottom place team, the result will be not used. Four best second place team will qualify. So India not even have, whether India not just have to beat Oman, we have to beat Oman with good goal difference. If you want to go through, as simple as that, that's the match, the most important game for us. We have to defeat Kazakhstan also, but we have to defeat Oman handsomely. And I think that's the simple scenario for India. If you ask me, I'm not sure that we are prepared to qualify as of one of the 2 teams, because we have not prepared well for these championship. I think that's my because we have to beat Oman or UAE. That's right, Adish, and we have to beat, make sure that we doesn't concede much goals against the team who is number 1 in our group. Even if we lose, we should lose maximum by 1-0 or 2-0, so that goal difference doesn't hammer our chances, because only 4 teams will go. Yasir is not born after 1 January 99. That's why he is not there. So now let's move ahead. I think this is everything you need to about under 23 team going into the qualifiers. Rijo says Hoream played almost every game for Round Glass Punjab last season, done well. Rati should not be considered above him purely based on the playing match minutes he got at ATK Mumbai. He should reconsider ATK Mohun. I think let me come to the ATK Mohun Bagan analysis. I feel we'll see more of Sumit Rathi this season. I will tell you why. UEFA, Europa and Conference League is brilliant. AFC is the worst. They do not want Asia to be best. And that's the reason Asia will never progress, because the priorities of our federations, AFC, AFF, are not set on the similar level. They have different priorities. Umar under 23 playing WAF, I think 1% chance now, I think says so. This is the thing. Beat Kazakhstan by good margin. So beating Kazakhstan will not help, because if Kazakhstan finish fourth, because the result of that will not used for the second place team. that will be used as the first place team ranking. If we win group, we go ahead. But if India wants to go as a second place team, I think the result against third place and the first place team become important for us. So let's see. I think not easy considering we're playing Oman straight away, which might be kind of a virtual final between India and Oman to go as a second place team. So I think it bit complicated, at this stage. Now let's go to the next topic now. ATK Mohan Bagan squad depth analysis chart, and we are talking about Sumit Rathi. I feel that we will see more of Sumit Rathi of this season. This is ATK Mohan Bagan team. Of course, there are some youth players which I have not got confirmation as of now. Are they going to part of the squad? Because we already seen a neighbor of ATK Mohun Bagan, SC East Bengal, release these, not officially released, but we have heard or got the list of those 8 players who got released. I will come to the East Bengal part straight away after this. So let me wrap up this first. I think Habas 3-5-2, we have no doubt on that he's going to play, but I personally feel that he need to trust his defense more and go to 4-2-3-1. That will give him chance to play Liston, or somebody like Michael Susiraj in his natural position. And let's straight away come Aminder Singh on goal. I think Tiri has to be there in that 3 or 2 centre back. So Ashish Bose and Pritam Kotal as a floating centre back. And then there is Sumit Rathi. I think Sumit Rathi if he has the quality, if everybody hope for, and he's a young player, he should try to get into the team, because if there's 3 centre back are playing, Sumit Rathi is the only centre back on the bench, and Subhasis Bose and Pritam Kotal are not even proper centre back. So that's one thing. Now let's come to the wing back department. Right wing back look like a good for them. Pavidas, Ashutosh Mehta, anybody can start. I think left wing back, here is the question mark. Michael Susiraj is not natural left wing back. He has been used by ATK Mohan in that role, and Sumit Rathi can be used. So I think again another position where Sumit Rathi should be trying to get into the team. Of course, defensive midfield, they have Lenny, they have Carl, they have Deepak Tangri. And then number 8, they have Johnny, SK Sail, Bidyananda, Abhishek. Attacking midfielder, secondary striker, Hugo is there, Samuel is there. Wing position is very weakness for them. I think they have only less than of the good quality to play on the both of the wing. If until as they use Michael Susiraj on the left wing and Lister on right. Up front, they have good quality in form of Roy Krishna, David Williams, Manveer Singh. So I think the only weakness for them is left back, centre back, and the wing position. I still feel if you're playing 3 centre back in a team, you can't have just one more centre back in the team. Of course, you have Deepak Tangri who can play as a centre back. So, but still, that's not enough depth for a long season. And the wingers, they don't have a quality wingers. Of course, you can count David Williams and Manveer Singh as a winger, but they are not natural winger to me. So I've kept them as forward. I think there are only 2 scenarios here for ATK Mohun Bagan. I think one is 3-5-2 if they like to play. And in 3-5-2, you can't have Ashutosh Mehta. I think you need to get Parveer Das in the team. He's the winger, right wing back role. He can create and help on the goal score for create goals. Of course, I have selected Johnny over Carl because Johnny can provide more as a attacking threat, and he is a good as a number 8. Tiri as a central centre back, Subhashis Bose and Pritam Kotal as a floating centre back. My concern in these 3 centre back, we have seen with Rahul Beke and Subhashis Bose, they can play the centre back. I have no doubt on that, but they can commit those mistakes in the games. We have seen Rahul Beke and Subhashis Bose, they can have a good game, but all of a sudden they can commit that one mistake which might change the game. So that's a worry point, and that's the reason personally I will not play this formation for them. But of course, you will have Michael Susiraj as a left winger, then Lenny as a defensive midfield, Hugo Bumo up front, alongside Roy Krishna and Manveer Singh. Hopefully, we'll see Manveer Singh as a only centre forward this season. I don't want him to play the right winger. His game has been spoiled because of that. And I think because the only 4 foreigners are allowed, I think he should be the secondary choice forward alongside Roy Krishna, because David Williams should be now kind of a rotational player for them, because who will either they have to drop Johnny and Hugo to get David Williams in a team, or drop Tiri to get a David Williams in this team. I think this is their go-to formation. I think this is proven for Habas. And now this is what I want to say. Go with 4-2-3-1. A solid team. You get Ashutosh Mehta, who is a better defender than Parveer Das. Then Pritam Kotal, Tiri, and Subhashis Bose. 4 defensive players. These are not attacking fullbacks, or these are 4 defensive players. You have Lenny Rodriguez to protect your defense. You have Johnny who can go up and down. I'm not sure of his fitness does he have an engine inside him to go and up and down. So we might see Johnny and Carl staying that position. Hugo Mo as a number 10, Michael Sujara as a left winger, Listen Colasso as a right winger, who will come inside, for the help goal. And up front, you have Roy Krishna. Of course, Manveer Singh is not there because I don't want to play Manveer Singh on right wing. I feel that he should play center forward position only. So these are the two case scenario for ATK Mohun Bagan. Now you guys tell me that what you think that they should go ahead. Uh, uh, you know, and of course, Ashutosh is not center back. I have used as a right back position, so not as a center back. Uh, that's a popular interpretation of the situation. Is someone else said house get robbed, other said phone stolen. You are saying passport. I'm saying his passport got stolen. I'm not saying I'm not aware of that it got stolen from house or everything, but its passport got stolen alongside other stuff. So that's the reason he is late. Samuel is loaned to ATK Mohun Bagan. I have taken on हुगो मोमो करण दत्ता. आप जाके थोड़ा पीछे जाएंगे, हुगो मोमो का वीडियो ही हुगो मोमो के पार्ट से स्टार्ट हुआ था. डोंट वरी, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टेकन दैट पार्ट. Il Clasico prediction will come on the Il Clasico will come on the women's team also. संदेश जिंगन आज तो नहीं, आई थिंक 26 के गेम में खेलने के चांसेस हैं. Yeah, 3-4-3 with two attacking midfielders, says PES COC. Ashutosh got destroyed by Robinho and SAFF kid. So whole ATK Mohun got destroyed by Nasaf. I think ATK Mohun is over this season. They will thrashed by other team. By ATK Mohun Bagan is weak, found in FC Nasaf game. All the team will exploit. They can't qualify for playoff. I think they look weak because there are just 4 corners allowed, but they are not that weak, which you are saying, because FC Nasaf is a quality side. Why India is not contracting that Tottenham player? Because he will not leave his UK passport. If he leaves his UK passport, he can't play for Tottenham. Avinav Kumar Singh. So that's the simple way. Ashish Bhai, will ATK sack Havas because of semi-final loss? I think this is the last season of Havas at ATK Mohun Bagan. I think they're going to change their coach next season. So yeah, we'll come into the Northeast centre back. We'll come into the women's team result and the preparation for the AFC Asian Cup women's team, and we also come into the other telecast already taken about. Now crowd and everything come on. Let's now move toward East Bengal. Lenny is not good as Lenny was in FC Goa. I think Lenny is underrated player. I've already said, and I think he will do better this season, which he done with ATK Mohun last season. Now let's move towards East Bengal, and here is I will before starting East Bengal section. I think what club has done, with those 8 players is horrible. Should be condemned. Their fans should criticize it, not just the neutral. Their own fans should do that. They've released, kind of not released, told these 8 players they're not going to use them in ISL. And some of these players have already left bio bubble, and and these players, some like Romeo Fernandez, Sarino Fernandez, they were signed by East Bengal this year alongside Shubho Ghosh. Once upon a time, your fans were dreaming about Shubho Ghosh scoring goals for India. Now, what they have done with the future of these kids, you have to see this. So, Shubho Ghosh was loaned by Kerala Blaster to EV, okay, in the transfer window, and these are all contracted players. They can't be released from East Bengal now. They can't even play any professional games till the January window, where they will get an opportunity to move to the other clubs. Shubho Ghosh, if they didn't need it, Shubho Ghosh, if the coach didn't like it, the Indian person who has signed Shubho Ghosh should be sacked. It's the future of the kid, and that kid was supposed to be the India's next future center forward. Now he can't train, and he apparently has left the bubble also, so he's not going to get professional training for next 3 months now. October is already there, November is coming. October, November, December. Only way, I think January he will go back to his own parent club, which is Kerala Blaster. I think they should, if they don't even want to use them, keep them in a bubble so that at least get training and you can get your cover, injury cover for your players sometime, because the team looks very bad on paper. By the way, I will come into that why I feel the team is very bad, so I will also share my thoughts on that. But what I've done with these 8 players: Shubho Ghosh, Akashdeep Singh, Songpai Singh, Romeo Fernandez, Lokan Methei, Sereno Fernandez, Ashir Akhtar. I think it's should be condemned by their fans. The East Bengal fans should ask questions. What about the future of these kids? Of course, East Bengal will pay their salaries. There is no question on this. But there is already case of East Bengal not paying salary for their players last year. Their still salaries are pending. I'm not sure if these players are not playing, will they pay their paid salaries? And I know fans East Bengal deserve better than their old officials. Their future is still not sorted. I think what Siri Cement have said for the IFA Shield, they're not going to play IFA Shield because their agreement with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is just to play in ISL. So there is politics, there is government involved into it. Situation is not good for East Bengal. There is no surety that they will be there in ISL next season, or Series Cement as an investor will stay with them next season. Because the way the things are going on, it's not looking good. And I think they should take these 8 players back. They should be part of their team because they can't go anywhere. If they didn't need them, they should have not signed them and should have released them before the transfer market got closed. And eventually they can't even, if even they have told them before the transfer market closed, they can't move because a player cannot move single window twice. So they can just have one move in a single window. So, but they could have kept them with the squad so they train and they're physically fit. If January a club come calling, even I-League club come calling, they can go and play and they have the match fitness or physical fitness maintained. So the decision is very bad. Now let's come into the East Bengal team. Uh, and I think straight away, if you say if your first choice left winger is Bikash Jairu, I think in 2021, I think you are in trouble. So that's one straight away my thought. The right back and left back department looks weak. Of course, you can have Raju Gaikwad and right back. I think midfield looks good. I think overall they have good quality midfielders, foreigners, and centre back. Both of the centre back good look. Chima, decent centre forward, not exciting number, but is not last season, but season before last season was a good season, one of the best season in his career. Then you have two Indian forwards in Simboy and Balwant. So I think concerning is that fullback position and the attacking midfield and the wing position, because their first choice left winger is Vikas Jairu at this stage. They have good depth in the midfield, and in a defense center back position. That's the only depth they have. And I think considering they don't have wingers, I'm surprised they got rid of. Maybe it's a fitness, we don't know, but they got rid of somebody like Romeo Fernandez who can play in the both wing. Somebody like Shubho Ghosh who can play up front or can play in. I'm not sure he can play left wing, but I think it's a center forward. But they should have kept them in the part of the squad. I'm not sure what they have done with that. But I feel if East Bengal need to do well and they're lucky there is no relegation in ISL, they need quality. They need some players to come in January window. Some Indian players who they can sign on a loan. But now club will think twice to loan them their players. If some Killer Blaster, something Subhu Ghosh, will they loan them players considering they have not given any security to these players? Now I have prepared 3 formation for East Bengal. So the words on their coach. Coach is flexible in terms of the formation. He likes to play 4-4-2 flat, 4-4-2 diamond, 4-1-4-1, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. And his team generally per 90 minutes per game, they generally get 300 to 400 passes. They like to do pressing, and their majority attacks come through left wing. His team's attack come through left wing, and of course Chima, their center forward, is both fitted guy. So I think he can play with. He has no weak foot, so he can play in either of these center forward position. So straight away, I think his coach first choice formation is 4-4-2 formation. This another thing which I touch upon is their number 8 Amir. Very good numbers. He can play the defensive midfield, and as a number 8, I think he's like the playmaker in that team who can create from goals from deep in midfield. I think he's the. If you ask me, all of their center foreigners, I think he's my favorite foreigners in terms of his CV, in terms of his numbers and stats, what he has done in his career. All 5 or 6 foreigners, I think Amir is my favorite one. So this is simple 4-4-2, and they don't have many options to play. So because Jairu, your first choice left midfielder, the only choice as a left midfielder. Jackie Chan Singh, your good choice as a right midfielder. Then of course Ankit Mukherjee and Hira Mondal, not many choices in that full back. You can see Raju Gaikwad in 2021 playing in a right back position for East Bengal. Up front you have Balwant Singh, Hawkip can play up front, and Daniel Chima. I think this is a go-to formation for the coach. What coach has done in past, I was checking his game for the last season and he's with Real Madrid youth team. He likes to play diamond also. So when you try diamond, I have removed one foreign center back, put Adil Khan as a center back, and also brought in Saurav Dash and Tomba Singh. And because I have put Antonio up front, who likes to play from left wing position, by the way, and I think the way the coach style is to create chances from left wing, I think Antonio in this formation will become an important player. If you ask me. So Antonio on the left wing, Daniel Chima, Amir, as I said, he is the main player. His performance will decide how many goals East Bengal will score this season. So I think this he can do this diamond formation. I think he has done in past. I think these two formation will vary. I think this diamond formation, of course, in midfield is dominated with the Indian players. Thomas Singh, Saurav Dash, Amarjeet Singh. I think important for them that the Indian midfielders do well. And I think many of these players have started for them in the one of the friendlies, which I was checking details about. Another thing, 4-3-3 formation. In this, Antonio come as a left winger. The position he likes to play from, Daniel Chima, Jackie Chan Singh as a right winger. Then you have Tomba Singh, Amarjeet Singh, and Amir as your number 8 to number 6. And of course, you have Franjo and Adil Khan as centre back, Ankit Mukherjee and Hira Mondal as your full back. So I think 4-3-3, 4-4-2 diamond, 4-4-2. I think looks like the way East Bengal will go into it. So now let's talk about the comment section. What do you feel about it? Shubho Ghosh career is getting wasted year by year now, says Hemil, and I don't like it. Tombo is not in the East Bengal squad. Are you sure Tombo is not in the East Bengal squad? Because the last I checked, okay, so Tombo has left East Bengal. So I think if Tomba is not there, so I think Saurav Das will play. Please tell me the name. So these 8 players have been told by club: Shobha Ghosh, Akashdeep, Tomba Shanktit, Romeo Fernandez, Lokan Mitheis, Sereno Fernandez, Ashir Akhtar. I think I'm surprised that Tomba, I missed it because my team have sent me the squad, and I was supposed they checked it, so I'm not sure how that had happened. But in place of Tomba Singh, you will see Saurav Das, coming into the team then in the last. The tactical profile will start. I think we'll start shooting from Monday. So hopefully we'll have a couple of videos coming next week, and let's see. We need to increase competition matches. I agree. Next season, is there any new teams coming up? Early to say next season regarding, because we're still not sure how the next season will turn up for the Indian football. Club like Jamshedpur deserve credit. They stick with the manager, are building the same formation. They will have a head start against clubs like Chennai and Kerala Blaster. Harinder, I've said this in past. Players can complain to the player committee, but what will happen? They will put a fine. East Bengal is rich enough to give that fine. So when Hyderabad FC previews coming, preview videos we start shooting from Monday. So hopefully we start with Bengaluru FC. The squads are also not announced finally, so we're still not sure who are the youth players they're going to keep with the first team, who are leaving the first team. So that's why we can't start those videos. I don't want to do these videos without doing the full squad of these clubs. If ST East Bengal didn't want Shubho, then why did they sign on loan from Kerala Blaster? I think maybe the Indian management wanted him. Maybe the foreign coach didn't like him. Maybe he felt there is enough player in that formation. I really thought Romeo Fernandez will redeem himself with East Bengal this season. Now instead his career is at a greater danger than before. I think Renault, and I think maybe to his agent now. I listen to his agent. I think he is not getting to the FC Goa squad. He's going to get in the East Bengal squad. Maybe his agent is trying to give him best club in ISL, best option in ISL. I think maybe that's not as a right option for Romeo. I think he need to go back to the basics, go back to the I League, play a couple of season I League. He can still revive his career. There are off-field issues with him which can be sorted. I think he should prefer where he's playing. Churchill Brothers in I League could have been better team for him in any ISL team. Romeo is not getting into any ISL team. I will tell you, he will be in the bench, but he's not going to get into any ISL team. So that's my thoughts on Romeo. I think sadly, sometimes these players think they belong to just ISL. They don't want to level down in I League. Ashish Bhai, ISL have an artificial ground like Premier League. Artificial ground. Premier League doesn't have an artificial pitches. I'm sure all the pitches in Premier League are natural. They might have some artificial training facilities, but not in the natural pitches. Which position do you think East Bengal will finish this season? I have nearly done all teams. Only Northeast United is remaining. I think East Bengal will be there in the and East Bengal fans might not like it. I will be called by East Bengal fans, but the way on papers it looks like they will be in the part of bottom half. Uh, More games it has to play because that's a AFC guideline. They have to play 30 games because 10 to 30 games next season per team. And it will happen home and away. But only way is now how can they do it when they're going to start the league? That's the all concern I've already there. I have touched upon these. I was the first, Kerala was the first media house to break the news of 26 game per season 2 years ago. Since then, COVID has happened. So we know about this development about more games. And the further development which I know is that there is the World Cup next year. So there's concern from broadcasters side also. So these concern already taken care of. They already discussing how they need to do the next season. What do you think of this Habas? Why do you think? I feel that ATK Monmangan will want to reboot their club next season in terms of playing style performance. I think, of course, the contract was already agreed, and I personally feel they need to get a new coach now. That's what I feel. Wow, what a story! Namibia reached top 12 of cricket U-20 World Cup when this our football team will do, Sanjay Jain. Where do we'll see Anwar Ali next? I think Anwar Ali. I'm surprised that Delhi FC has not got, and I think Rajasthan United have to give them credit. Looks like a favorite to go into the I Leagues main league. What will happen to Anwar Ali? I think there was interest from 4 ISL team last I checked, and now he's out of I League second division. He can only move once the window opened. I think let's see where he goes. An important decision for him. Should he go into I League, play regularly? Should he go into ISL and then wait for his chances? I think that's what the decision which he need to make. Of course, he will be keen to go into ISL. Financially, he has struggled in last few season because there was no regular source of income from him. I think he will keen to get into ISL, but at this stage, I think the decision should be very carefully taken by him and his advisors, his agent, whoever are close to him. I think they should prefer playing time. I think, and then slowly he can get. He's still young. He can get into ISL whenever he want. JJ status still not signed. Let me come to Northeast United foreigner also. The update from Northeast, they were nearly, and that's the reason I didn't never give the name because I was not getting the confirmation from my sources regarding the Northeast United Asian player. I knew that they were in talk with the South Korean center back for a while. Now what I'm told that the agent has messed something, with the visa document, and club was forced to call the deal off. Uh, and it was very few last step was remaining before announcing his signing. Now what I'm hearing from Northeast United is the next 7 days they will get the replacement ready and announce, but not many options are there because these will be free agent only. So that's the thing. Ashish, India would have a best midfield and attack with Gibson and Ayush were also there. They're excellent talent. Killer Blaster will give chance. That's why they didn't get signed more midfielders this year. Let's see. I think I'm looking forward to what Gibson will do. Ayush Adhikari. I think Ayush Adhikari will play more games. I'm told that he will be sharing that position with Sahel in the left wing position, in that 4-4-2 formation. So let's see. Both of them are unproven. Beside it clears you are a Killer fan and bias. Do I League second division team earn some revenue from 20 days tournament? What do players do if they're not out of the second division? Clubs is generally paid them a basic salaries. Revenue for them, not nothing much comes from the second division sponsors if they have that they will pay it. They come some kind of subsidies from AFF for travel allowance and all, which is also not much, so it can't say it's a revenue. The basic travel allowance which AFF gives. Where do you think Odisha, Jamshedpur, and Chennai can finish? So I think this is a good question. Out of three, I think Jamshedpur I have to give a extra marks for building up the team. It will be easier for them for in place of Odisha or Chennai FC. New coach, new team, so they have to start from basic again. Jamshedpur is already settled team. They were very close last season to get into the playoffs. I think Jamshedpur will be fighting for playoffs. Odisha FC have done a great reboot at their club, but when you do such a big reboot at your club, I think uh, uh, it's not easy sometimes. So I think they should be in and around in that bottom table, mid-table teams. All these three teams. But I think Jamshedpur will be fighting for those playoff more than Chennai FC and Odisha FC. And this is just on the paper and saying, something prediction can go wrong. Just like we saw in SAFF, 11 players take time to settle. How is an Indian 23 going to do well when they have not played a single game friendly together? And that's the thing I was saying, where the preparation wise, the preparation have been not good, far away from the way the preparation should be. So I think that's the thing. Any news on? I have not, Anjan, very honestly, Amlan, I have not touched upon the preseason games in Goa because not following up much. I have to check with our Goan correspondent regarding the same. Which Indian clubs are actively improving grassroots and building academies in their state? Building academies. What do you mean building academies? Residential academies? None of the ISL team other than Bengaluru FC at this stage, if I'm right, and have residential academy facilities. They have youth teams, they have youth setup, but not residential academies. I think you can say grassroots development. FC Goa have been doing good. Hyderabad has good plans, but of course, since club came, the COVID have struck them. Bangalore FC, of course, have been doing good for a while. Odisha FC have their own good plan. Jamshedpur FC with the Tata Foundation, Tata Football Academy have a good stuff going on. Mumbai City FC, decent stuff, but not. I think City Group need to want to improve that. Uh, I think FC Goa, Bangalore FC, you should give them more credit what they've done at their state, compared to the other ISL team. Which team kit impressed you the most this season, or your favorite four team in the season? Kit, I have not seen, very honestly. Hari is more the person who is more into the kit, so I have to ask him what he like and not. I have not seen all the kits together, so I maybe need to see that and then tell upon that. My four favorites team. So I think going to make some bold prediction, and I will do the prediction video very soon for the ISL. Once the this will be just before a league start. Once I'm done with the tactical analysis part of all these teams, then I'll be in better position to predict the team. At this stage, I think FC Goa looks like the favorite team for me. They should be the favorite batting odds wise to win this ISL league stage at least. And I think other three positions are open. I'm not going to put ATK Mohun Bagan there because I'm still need to see more from them when they are just playing with four foreigners and how they can deal with the lack of foreigners in the playing 11. So I think FC Goa looks like a favorite to me. I feel these three positions in the playoff are open, but who can be five? I will now select five teams who I feel fight for those three positions. One will be ATK Mohun Bagan, another will be Mumbai City. Now, the tricky part comes here. I think one will be Jamshedpur FC and ATK Mohun, you have to give them the kind of squad they have. Position fifth position is open, and I feel it will be between Odisha FC and uh, there is Kerala Blaster, there is Odisha FC. So I think it's a bold thing to say, but I think Hyderabad, you have to give them Hyderabad. So I think, as I said, FC Goa is my, on paper, looks like a favorite team. Then remaining for three position, I think five teams will fight. ATK Mohun Bagan, Jamshedpur FC, Hyderabad FC, Mumbai City FC. I think it's very tricky. It's very tricky because fifth position, I think, should be Kerala Blaster, Odisha FC, Chennai FC, Northeast United. All teams are good on paper, but I think that's what I tell you. It's this season going to be very competitive because of the way it is. Four foreigners are allowed. So at this stage, on paper, looks like FC Goa looks like the favorite squad. They have a good squad overall, and I think they should be doing well. Other than that, I think all three positions are open if you ask me. So let's see, bro. If Rajasthan go into I League, the player will get money or not? Player will have better contracts then I think, and of course, even they don't get to the I League, if the contract is till Jan, the club have to pay them monthly basis. It's not like they have a contract of 2 months. I think majority of these players will have contract at least till end of this season. Uh, Somebody has women's team. Yeah, women's team in Sweden. I think first friendly. Last I check, which they lost. I think that these are friendly games. Should not be given too much hype on these games because we are not properly seeing the game. They were leading against the Swedish club called Hammarby, but eventually Hammarby came into the game and won the game. I think which if I saw the match bits and pieces. Fitness wise, Indian players still needs Indian girls still need more going into the match fitness wise. They need more games to prepare for the Asian Cup. That intensity at the Asia Cup will be far greater than with these games. I think let's see. I think overall the preparation is good. Not because I will be really wanted them to play a women's league season last season, which didn't happen. So they are just into these long camps and these friendlies. So sometimes it's not easy going into the big tournament like AFC Asian Cup. Is this season gonna be more? I think it straight away. I'm saying it's going to be more competitive. Overload. That's why I'm not able to pick my four teams as of now. So let's see. FK Bodo thrashed the AS Roma. See the players' movement because of 10 or 8 month league or given date. They can beat big teams. India should learn from Norwegian football league, and I have very close connection with Norwegian football league. I know lots of stuff about Norwegian football league. There, when Gurpreet was playing for the reserve league, people are asking, why is he playing reserve league? It's third tier, second tier in Norway, blah blah blah. But I was told by people in Norway that that tier which Gurpreet was playing as a reserve team, when he's playing for the reserve team, was better than what you see in I League. So that's what it's all about. So that's the thing. Uh, Rajasthan United going into the I League, what will impact will have in football in Rajasthan? I know little bit stuff about football in Rajasthan. I've been part of football project in Rajasthan. I think there is of course football in people do follow and like football in Rajasthan. Considering where they will play, Jaipur is like a modern city, so I'm not sure what kind of crowd they will get in future if they get into the home and away model. So let's see. I think, but it will improve football government focus when clubs started playing at national level. State government start focusing more on the similar sport. Any update on Andrew Thapa being eyed by HK Mohun Bagan? I have to check on that. Andrew Thapa, but I don't think it will happen in this upcoming window. FC Goa should sign Sahel after his contract is over. But where will Sahel will play in this FC Goa team? There is Brendan, there is Mohammad Neville, there is Albert Nogueira is there, Ortiz is there. So I think it's tough to get into the FC Goa team at this rate. FC Goa players injured Nemil, Gokulam Kerala player injured Nemil. Please, after this season, look into this tweet about his injury. I think he was training. I'm not sure Nemil is injured. I'm not sure. Last I checked, he was training with the team. I have to check on his injury, latest stuff on his injury. Which one player in U-23 team can impact more according to you? Oh, I think, of course, Apuya playing defensive midfield, you can't hope from him to get involved in the goals a lot, but he can set the tempo of the game. But I think you will, to win games, this is tournament, 3 games, you need to score goals. I think Rahul KP will be the dangerous man in India's attack to create those goals. I think because these are not league where you can draw games and go ahead. You need to do well. You need to win the game. So Apuya is the man to watch overall. But in terms of goals, I think I think Rahul KP will have more involvement in goals than any other Indian players. Just a bold prediction at this stage. Northeast United analysis next episode for sure. Next episode might be on Thursday, might not be on Friday. So, and of course, whenever it happens, we'll put on a community tab and Telegram group. Might not be on Friday, it might be on Thursday. So prepare for that also. Can I talk about I League team preparation? Once ISL stuff happened, because I League going to start in Jan, we'll come into the I League team preparation also. SAFF podcast really want to do second episode, still not finding the common time for those 5-6 people to come into one stage together. Trying to get it done this week for sure. SAFF Club Championship. I think Indian top club should not play SAFF Club Championship. Straight away, I will ask you that because there is already South Asian AFC Cup group. So playing same team again doesn't make sense. But say ISL third or fourth place team or I League runner up, I think those clubs can play into it. I think that will those club might be get help playing to this kind of tournament. Few months ago, there were rumors that Round Glass were financially secure, ready to join ISL. So if they don't win I League this season, would they get into promoted along with the I League winner? I don't think you will find two teams coming from I League on sporting merit until unless one of those I League team buys the bidding document and bid for new franchisee. I think sporting merit wise, there will be only one team coming up. Any Madhya Pradesh team and franchise in ISL future? Very unlikely. I think before Madhya Pradesh, there will be at least four or five cities or areas who will get franchises before Madhya Pradesh can come into the ISL. So I think, guys, 186 people are watching, just 171 likes. So this looks like that not all of you have liked this video. If you're liking what we are doing at this channel and these series of inside Indian football, do hit that like button. Let's aim for 200 like at least just in next couple of minutes. I think we should easily get 200 likes at this stage. Do you think I League should be considered at second tier league? The I League is the second tier league in India now because of the way AFC consider it. Still, guys, Manchester United coming to IPL, says Anuj. Yeah, so Graze's family have inquired or have taken the bidding document for IPL. But what I can tell you about IPL is that I think the franchises will be based out in Ahmedabad and Lucknow. I think looks like the two franchises, I am told. Views on Man United and Atlanta, not good views. I'm worried about Manchester United. Looks like our teams, Manchester United team players look like they're not properly coached. We are heavily dependent on individual brilliance. I think I will love Ole to get some coaches inclusion in his coaching staff. I feel that's what United is lacking at this moment. Ole is the man manager. He's not the football coach. He need to get some quality football coaches in his uh, staff, backroom staff. FSDL preferable city for franchisees. So Madhya Pradesh, you will get Bhopal is there, Indore is there. It's not that Madhya Pradesh doesn't have cities. Under 23 should play defense, solid counter attack as we have pacey wingers. We have just Raul KP and of course Rahim Al Inke Jadaf had pace, but not as quick as other wingers in India. Ashish, this AFF putting Indian Arrow in the I League, they are wasting the slot in the I League. But I think Indian Arrows is a good setup for Indian young players who are not signed by I League or ISL clubs. Bro, I did not give any spot to Bengaluru FC. I didn't give any confirmed slot to Bengaluru FC, but I think Bengaluru FC should be part of those five teams. If you ask me, uh, I have given first to FC Goa. Let me write down this. And I think for second, third, and fourth, for these slot, I've given these five team a chance. One will be BFC. Let's start with Mumbai City FC. Second will be, I think, ATK Mohun Bagan MB. Third will be JFC. I think fourth will be Hyderabad FC. I think Bengaluru, again, the coach and everything is new, and I've done the squad analysis. The quality they have in their team, they should be there. But I'm still not convinced that they played in AFC Cup, that their team is ready. And of course, the coach has got more time now to analyze the squad, to do more coaching session. But I think Bengaluru, you can take Bengaluru as a fifth team to fight for that spot. But then there's Kerala Blaster, there is Odisha FC, there is East Bengal, there is Chennai FC, there is Northeast. I think any day we have seen in past, a team can surprise, and ISL, the way the ISL is, the matches are there every 3-4 days. It doesn't give you much coaching and recovery time. So most of the coaching for these clubs would happen only during these preseason days. Once the ISL games start, it's all about recovering. It's all about fixing some issues in your defense, in your shape. But new coaching, new tactics, new formation will be not easy to implement, because it doesn't give much time. Usually what happens, if you play a game tonight, then you have a recovery session tomorrow, then you have a recovery plus training session next day, and then there is a pre-match because you're playing every 3-4 days, I think. Because that's the way the longer league will be important for Indian players, because they will get more coaching time with the head coaches, foreign coaches in ISL. Any update on Thapa? There is no update. Your opinion? I have given my opinion on the East Bengal releasing these 7-8 players overload. I hope one of the mod is watching. SAB Kerala. I think he should be putting these timestamp in the comment section. So when did East Bengal analysis, I started with the thoughts of what East Bengal has done with 7-8 players. I think it's very bad for Indian football, and I think it's not good for these Indian players. Straight away summary from that opinion I have given in that part. I seen I League teams market value. What do you think if they merge some teams could play ISL? Don't go by the transfer market values. They are not feasible in Indian football. मेसी टू एफसी गोवा कैसे हुआ? इंस्टा पोस्ट देखा भी मैंने उनका. They might be doing some kind of social media campaign, so I'm not sure. Do you think India should allow foreign citizen to play for national team like European teams do? I don't think so. I think I will not feel connect with the foreigners playing for my country. They can be Indian origin players. I am fine with that, but not the random foreigners playing for my country. That's my personal opinion. Do you think that's have taken? Should ATKM change their playing style? Tikitaka under Roka, your views? I think that's what they might be do after Habas leave next year if he's leaving. So let's see. So we got 200 likes. So thank you everybody for liking the video. Also, Khenlau's social media links is in the description. My personal Twitter ID is also description. You can follow all of those. And you can also join our Telegram community group. We are 1500 Indian football fans chatting 24 hours regarding Indian football and some other sports sometimes. So you can join them if you are interested too. So the link is already in description. AFF election, any update? No update from Supreme Court on that. No tiki taka if everyone plays same tactics. I will board. I agree. I think there should be mix up in the league. You don't want all team playing similar type of football. I give honest opinion. Does having free highlights on YouTube helps sport? Kabaddi highlights is easily accessible versus IPL cricket content is very strict on YouTube here and there. I have a mixed opinion on this. Same way Premier League is not open. I think this is all comes to the revenue part of it. Broadcasting rights are example IPL BCCI is aiming 2 to 3 billion next time. And let's take an example of IPL. For example, Star has taken digital rights not just in India, in some other countries for a Hotstar. Then the TV rights they separately bid for, and of course then they bid combinedly together also. So I think it will be. I know it will be accessible for these big for our fans if there is on YouTube, but these media houses can do, and what they have been doing in UK, for example, Sky Sports and BT Sports, they put highlights on their channel. I think in case of ISL put highlights on their long highlight on their YouTube channel as a league. Khel TV puts a short highlight on their channel. So fans, you might be asking why fans are not allowed, because I think the monetization part of it, it's not allowed to make money from these videos because these are rights are held by, say in case of FSGL or Star. So that's where these things come, that can you use those in a creative way. What happened in India is that I know channels they're doing, and it's good for the sports they're doing, but ultimately I think once these channels start monetizing those videos, that's where the issues comes, and that's the strike comes. So I think that's the thing. अश्विन कुमार, मैं ठीक हूँ भाई, आप कैसे हो? What about ISL Junior League? I think ISL Reserve League will be there. I still not heard anything, but I think it should be there. Under 23 live streaming update. अभी तक कोई अपडेट नहीं है अनिकेत सावंत, but I think hopefully we'll get it very soon. Was Mario Mandzukic was interested coming to India? If money was right for him, he should have come. FC was squad review. Depth analysis we have done for every team now. Only Northeast United is remaining. If you're asking about tactical complete video on a team, we're going to start shooting from Monday. So Monday we're starting with Bengal FC, and then of course it will continue throughout the week. So hopefully you will have at least one video next week coming for one of the ISL, one of the ISL team next week. It should come. Can you tell if AFC qualifies, we'll find that it's a free source. We can do it. We'll show it on a YouTube channel. Don't worry on that. If we can. If Kerala Blaster approach a further investment procedure, given that a recent video of Kerala's owner was speaking differently on YouTube. I have not seen that video, Priyag, so I can't comment on that. Please make Khel TV channel telecasting right. We need lots of money for that. Rainmaker, which we don't have at this stage for sure. Under 23 live stream update ले लिया. AFC Women Club Championship. I think kudos to Gokulam Kerala. We have seen India's clubs not taking AFC competition seriously at the men's level. The amount of effort Gokulam Kerala is doing for the women's team, I think it's a lesson too for these ISL teams. It's sad that most of the ISL team doesn't have a senior women's team at this level, at this stage. I think what Gokulam Kerala has done overall for the women's team, it's a lesson for these big houses, business houses, to have their women's team doing well. Love from Nepal. All the best to Nepal and India under 23 team. Big fan of Apuya and Sahil said Rancho Roshan. Thank you. All the best to Nepal under 23 team also. Will India join KAFA and leave? India will not leave SAF S. Rohit. Don't worry. India can play in KAFA, but they will not leave SAF. Not possible for us politically, geopolitical wise to leave SAF. Bangalore FC, Kele Rasta, who is best on paper. Paper wise, if you forget about formation and everything, Bangalore have quality Indian players. But Kele Rasta have a quality young Indian players. So I think tough to guess, but the team which have Sunil Chhetri, I think should be the better on paper. Hugo will play for ATK Mohan Bagan. Don't worry, Nitin. That's clear. I think Sony Sports should buy the rights of Indian football. Nobody is stopping Sony to telecast Indian team away games, friendly games. They can easily take it if they want. I think home rights are with Star and FSDL, and AFC rights are with FSDL. Explain in full detail what went wrong with and Shane have touched upon Northeast United centre back. So you might have missed that part. It just everything was agreed. I knew the name and everything Korean centre back, because I was not getting the go through from my sources regarding that it is done. What I'm told that the player agent have messed it up with some document, and because of that, the deal was finally called off by Northeast United, and they should be signing their replacement very soon in next 7 days. Gokulam Kerala doing great job in promoting Indian women's team. They had signed Nepalese women team star forward Savita Bhandari last season. I know, and I've seen her playing. She's a great player. I think overall, if you ask me, overall in I League, and this is just on sporting merit, I'm saying any I League team at this stage, if deserve to come on sporting merit, this is just on sporting merit. I'm not talking about the owners, what owners do outside, if they have financial power or not, deserve to come into the ISL from I League teams. I feel it is Gokulam, if you ask me, because overall the approach of the sport they have taken is wide approach, is long-term development approach. They have doing well in Kerala Premier League. They have a good women's team, going to become first in ever Indian club to play in the Women's Asian Club tournament. I think that's great. So overall, sporting wise, I'm not talking about the owners' financial background and everything. Sporting wise, if any I League team deserve, I think in last 3-4 years, what Gokulam Kerala has done for Kerala football, for women's football in India, for women's football in Kerala, I think, and for building up these young Indian youngsters from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, the region, I think they deserve to come into ISL. I think, and just because Kerala Blaster is there in ISL, their name is Kerala Blaster, I think they should not be stopped coming to the ISL. I personally feel having two teams, Kerala should be enough. They have more than fans for both the teams. Kerala is a football mad state, so it should be not worried. I think it will be great for the sport in Kerala to have two ISL team. That local derby will be a great marketing tool for football in Kerala. Instead of calling South Indian derby with Bangalore and Chennai, derby is it can be part of the state. Just like East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, Gokulam Kerala versus Kerala Blaster can be that next the big game in Indian football. From 2023 season, how many teams will be there in ISL? Teams is not clear at this stage, but I think there will be more than 20 games each team will play for sure for next season. Abad doesn't trust Parveez Das anymore, but he's willing to give him chance. I am Bengali, I know that. There is something more between what happened with Parveez Das and Habas. And of course, Habas, he ready to give him chance. So I think let's see what happened. So it's just not just as simple as what you're saying. Why is Kabaddi popular outside India? Will PKL have a clash with ISL in schedule? Of course, PKL will have a clash with ISL in schedule. And outside, Kabaddi is popular in Pakistan, South Korea, Iran, Middle East. It came from Middle East. So I think Kabaddi is quite popular in Middle East also. So I think it's growing sport, one of the growing sport in the world. So let's see. I think how Kabaddi goes. Gokulam Kola don't deserve in today's friendly. They have badly injured two players of FC Goa, says Shashank. Okay. So the injuries happened today. So I was thought that we are talking about Durand Cup, Mohammad Neville. I have not touched upon that. It's injuries are part and parcel of the game, Shashank. So you can't say that particular team doesn't deserve to play particular tournament because some players got injured while playing them. So let's see. Do you think Ivan can do best for Kerala? I think he can do. But I still feel because Duranka was not a proper example of his team, because there was not his best foreigners were playing the kind of foreigners he need in his formation. I think he can do well, but he will need time for sure. If Caleb Blaster fans and management is thinking that he will come and straight away change their fortune, I think will not happen. I think I feel that he should be given more time. If he doesn't do well this season, they should stick with him. If they trust him, he's the man. Right? If they right now if they trust, he's the man to take them forward. It should not change in next 3 to 4 months. It should trust him. Give him one more year. This season is already complicated. COVID, bubble, everything. Not much training time. Of course, they have started the training very early. So I think if they feel that he is the man to take them forward, they should stick with him, because I personally felt they should have kept Kibu in the job. I know Kabaddi originated in India and Tamil Nadu. I'm saying Middle East also, it had a different form of Kabaddi in past. That's why Iran plays Kabaddi also. Opinion about Mumbai City FC new coach? I think young and dynamic coach who is flexible, tactically flexible. That's what I'm told about him. Great coach. Let's see how he does. Which team expected to play best pressing game in ISL this year? Oh, pressing game. I think East Bengal coach likes to press, so I'm not sure he has the personnel to press or not. I think Jamshedpur will do pressing. FC Goa will do. Mumbai City FC will do. Bangalore will do. I'm not sure other, because other coaches' profile, I need to still study their profile in details, that they do like pressing or not. What happened between Habas and Prabir? I think it's a big story and can't take it on a public platform. But I think it's everything well now. It's not an issue. It's from the past. Nothing new. But I think Prabir didn't play at AFC because he was not fully medically fit, because he had a COVID and recovery took a time. That's why. So there's nothing in between both the parties. But I think, as I tell, there was a chances of Pravir going, leaving ATK Mohun Bagan. The uh, offer was made by Bengaluru FC. Then counter offer was made by ATK Mohun Bagan, and then Bengaluru FC pulled out. Then Bengaluru FC came again. Then ATK Mohun was sorry, we are not doing the deal now. It's called off. So I think he was very close to leave, but now he's with the part of the team, and he's for his formation. Parveer Das is as important player as Roy Krishna is. As you see, Brentford video on Tifu Football YouTube channel. Indian club should learn from Brentford. I think Indian club can learn from many clubs. It's not just Brentford. So that thing. As Star have the rights of AFC competition, they should telecast AFC Champions League, which is going on now. Star doesn't have the rights. FSDL has the rights, so I'm sure the AFC Champions League games are live in the Geo TV on your mobile, on your TVs. Just saw Indonesia under 23 beat Nepal under 23 by 2-0. I think not a good result for Nepal under 23. I have not seen Indonesia playing overall, but the senior team, judging by quality. But I think these friendlies games, sometime scoreline can't tell you the original story. So saying I League teams market value are, I'm not saying it's a market value of Balaf Shantanu Das Gupta. What transfer market value is based on the European market. Indian market, the transfer values are market values are for the players are different, and these market values for the teams are built on the players' market value. Players are not the only assets which clubs have. For a market value, how does a company's market value is decided? It decided on the couple of stuff: a revenue, current revenue model, future projection of the revenue, and assets. So that's how your market value is decided, not the way which transfer market calculate. They calculate the transfer value according to the uh, player value, and for those player value, it's not correct in India because the algorithm is based for the European football. And assets are players, grounds, stadiums, facilities, land, social media, website. So these kind of assets, these are assets. That's how the market value is decided. That's how Mumbai City FC have decided their valuation when the City Group bought them. That's way these club valuation has done, not the way transfer market is showing you the valuation. Can you explain Khalid philosophy? For sure. Deep, once the Northeast United tactical videos, I will did do on those tactical videos. We'll talk more about coaching style and their philosophy. In Durad Cup, KW Blaster practiced only 2 times because of the bad pitch, and that's what I'm saying. So Durant Cup was not a perfect example for Kerala Blaster what need to come from their side. So let's see. Do Owen Clave like to do Gen Press in his team? I think it's coming from Football Manager. Ashish, were Owen's team playing Gen Press in last ISL? I am asking because I am learned in analysis game recently, so I have no idea tactically. I think last season it's not, they were not doing gen press which is continuously pressing, but they do some kind of pressing, and gen pressing ke liye fitness need to be at a high level, and I have been doing Football Manager. The kind of injuries you can get on a football game to gen press, it's not easy. For example, in Premier League, how many team do gen press? For example, Manchester City does, Liverpool does, Manchester United does not, Southampton does gen pressing, Leeds does because they go to men to men. So not all the clubs in Premier League level does gen pressing, because the fitness and the training level, the training effort and the level required to do gen press is at a totally a different level. It's not that easy to implement when you have player with a different age group, foreign players in higher 30s, Indian players in lower 20s or some mid 20s. So that's how this comes together as a team. And that's why the teams who are keeping this coach in a multiple year projects help them. Rather than coach can implement their style, in better way than doing in one season, Just for example, Kibu came last season at Killer Blaster, and just in a couple of months, because of COVID and everything, not proper training, not proper preseason, he got sacked. So that's what I feel, that I think clubs, if any club feel before the season, they have checked and they take lots of interviews, they go through lots of CVs, that XYZ coach is good enough for us to take this club forward in a long term, because these signings are done in long term, other than say East Bengal at this stage, then that should not change in 6 months or 8 months. There is no relegation in this league. You are relegated immune. So I think even if a team is not doing well in initial, give your coach time, because that's what you felt initially when you appointed him, when you signed him, that he's the man to take us forward. So I personally feel ISL clubs need to give the club a bit more chances to grow. If you see the teams, of course, FCGO has not won ISL till now, but they are constantly throughout these ISL years they've done well. The reason behind is that they've done well. The coaches, they have just, I think, 3 coaches till now: Zico, Sergio Lavera, and now after that Juan. So 3 coaches in 7 years. That tells the story, and I think that's, even Bengaluru FC, they had 2 coaches, now third coaches have come on board. So of course they've actually before 4 coaches. So I think that's what I feel. You need to give your coaches some time to grow your team. That's happened worldwide, Brentford, somebody said, it's not that the coach has come and changed the team. Yeah, it's a project completely, Leeds United, you can see the project. The documentary is available on Netflix or Amazon Prime. I think it is on Netflix or at the Amazon Prime, not sure. You go and watch that documentary, because they were in the championship, and they signed Marcelo Bielsa. He is the one of the best coach of this generation, and one of the most wanted coach. They signed him, and first season they came very near to qualify from championship to Premier League, but then still he needed a more tools to do well. Then they improved the training facility. They done better recruitment for him. Next season they eventually qualified for Premier League. I'm looking forward to the next season, how what they want. That's my point. Is you need to have a project of 2 to 3 years with a good coach to implement his style and philosophy. So it's not easy to do it in a couple of month time. Which Indian player you want to see who need to show his start in the upcoming season? I think Sahel, I'm looking forward to. I think this is the season for Sahel to not just to show that glimpse of talent, to show the talent on the stat side also. I think that's what I feel. Other than that, Mohammad Neville, he should has that breakthrough season from. Not, I'm not asking to 5 goals, 6 assists, but should impact game more the way he has done in Durant Cup. Hoping that Brandon's goal tally goes up. I personally feel Brandon can score goals, and I've seen him scoring goals. So Brandon goal tally should go up. Apuya, how does Apuya adjust with the competition at North Mumbai City FC? Rahul KP, he has done well with Khel last season. He's young player, but I personally feel that he need to be the leader of Kerala Blaster Indian young players. He has that game in talent and game inside him to do that. I'm looking forward to what Hyderabad does with Rohit Dhano, Aniket Jadhav, Akash Mishra, and Ashish Rai. Can these kids go and go into next season? Mohammad Yasir, after getting success at the international stage with India, what he does in ISL, because these are follow-up things for these players, and follow-up is always important, not just in football, in your work, in your studies. आप रिवीजन नहीं करते हो तो आप भूल जाओगे. आप काम कर रहे हो, मीटिंग्स कर रहे हो, किसी को कोई प्रपोजल दिया है, you don't do follow up with your clients, payments नहीं आती है, तो that's similar in football, they have done well with India, Apuya, Yasir, these kids. Now they need to follow up with a good performance in ISL. So because now there is competition going to more in that midfield, as I already seen under 23, what a brilliant midfield we have. Then you have to add those senior players who are above 23 in that team to see the midfield competition we have. Do you think Sahel needs to make a move to improve his football? I don't think Sahel need to make a move, because tell me which team can give him a guaranteed playing time at this stage? Not many teams are there in ISL can give him a guaranteed playing time. So I think he's a local lad. He is the poster boy for Kerala Blaster. If he does well for Kerala Blaster, his stocks are already high. One of the most wanted player by brands in Indian football, because not many brands are looking for Indian players, Indian footballers. So he is one of the most required player in that. So that tells you that a face of Kerala Blaster, I think, and he is comfortable with it. Fans loves him, but he need to justify his talent now. I think he has the talent. Everybody knows Indian football. He has the talent. I really want Sahel to have a good season with Kerala Blaster. I think this is the season where he can go to the next level from boy to the men. AFC Women's Club Championship game information is still not, the format and everything is not clear, Tishur. So once I get details, I will let you know. Bro, केरल ब्लास्टर जब तक अपना शॉर्ट टर्म रिजल्ट वाला सिस्टम नहीं छोड़ेगा तब तक उनका कुछ नहीं होगा. And that's what doesn't help these young players. Someone like Shubho Ghosh was signed by Kibu, and people are thinking he scored those goals in I League. People are thinking that he is the next Indian center forward. Follow up, nothing happened. Came to Kerala Blaster, there's an issue with his contract and everything, and then Kibu was sacked. Then he was binned by Kerala Blaster to East Bengal. He's binned by East Bengal. I'm confused, and that's what I feel for these young players. They need to make choice very carefully going ahead. Can you explain zonal and defense channel, wing and central attacking? Can you explain basis of tactical board? There is a no tactical video in English. I did it, Kumar Reddy. I think I've done with the Indian team. Zonal marking, I will try to make it. I thought doing those information videos, but then I saw that not doing well. Then I stopped. So I think tactical board will bring zonal marking on. Zonal marking and men marking is now, for example, let's take example of Manchester United, and that's my club which I follow at Europe. Manchester United do mix of zonal and man marking at the corners and the free kick. So what they do, they get their less physical player to do men mark opponent physical player, and then their physical player mark the zones. Harry Maguire, Paul Pogba, Victor Lindelof, Varane, Cavani, Ronaldo, Scott McTominay. These are physical tall players. So they men mark these zones, in the penalty box. Then player like Luke Shaw, player like Fred, not good defensively, not physically player. Player like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, player like Sancho if he's playing, Rashford is playing, player like Bruno Fernandes, player like who is not tall, they man mark their opponent team player. So this is when you do mix of zonal and man marking. Man marking, you go head to head with the player. Whoever is man marking player, it's a responsibility of defender to stop that attacking player to score the goal. That's man mark. Simple way, it's simple name. Then there is zonal. Zonal is you're not going to do anything according to the opponent attacking player movement. You are totally focused on your zone. If I'm defending this square, if I'm defending this square, so my duty is to make sure if any ball comes in this square, I should head that first. I should clear that ball first. So that's what happens in zonal marking. And when you mix it up both, zonal men marking, then you do, some player will do zone, they will defend their zone, some will do the go head to head against the attacking player to make sure they win the duel, slow them down, push them, pull them if they're going toward the ball. I think that's the basic of zonal and man marking system in the set pieces. Any update on Mohammad Neville? I was doing this video, I was not even aware they got injured. We have to check on that. What is the weakness of Abbas without the old defense? I think there's the weakness is that he tried to play lots of direct football. Sometimes it does backfire for them. What happened in the match between Gokulam Kerala FC Goa? Don't know, brother. I have to check. Maybe I have to ask somebody and what the injury status regarding these player, because I was preparing for the video, so not aware of what happened there. Let me ask some people who have watched the match. And if I get the answer before this video end, I will share you, or not, I will then tweet. Sahel to FC Goa, he's gonna flourish under FC Goa coach, but where will Sahel play in FC Goa setup? Can you tell me? There is Mohammad Neville, Brendan, Princeton, Alban Nagora, Otis Mendoza. These are the players they have in this position. So yeah, we'll check on the injuries. Any news in PIOS? There is no news. During Saudi Arabia business, a man could take Indian football club just like Newcastle. Of course, they can take, but why they have taken Newcastle? It's to change their image in the Western world. They're not going to come and do the in India, maybe in future, but not in nearby. I'm told. So FC Goa coach decided to call it off before full time because he felt that Gokulam Kerala was rash. Uh, that's what happened. I'm just told. Uh, and there's a tackle on Mohammad Nabil, says one of the person who watched the game. And I'm just waiting for them. I've asked any serious injuries, so let me tell you guys if there are any injuries or serious or not. There was a tackle on Glenn Martins on a high, which got red carded. So in a friendly game, if you're getting red card, means tackle was very bad. Uh, Makhanlal Chote got knee on his face, and of course this comes from FC Goa side, so we have to take consider what Gokulam side says. So sliding reckless tackle on Gama, giving you live what I'm reading. So I think that's what it was. A rash game from Gokulam Kerala side, and FC Goa head coach called it off before full time. I will ask how many time before. 2 red cards for Gokulam Kerala, says Nashim. So I think that's the reason Kerala Blaster coach, oh sorry, FC Goa coach have called off the game. The seriousness of the injury is not told. Mohammad Neville was taken immediately off, so from the pitch, but he remained on the ground. So now we have to wait for scans before saying anything, because sometimes this can be physical impact. So it's look bad at the time, and when it's healed, so you get chance of get the real picture of the impact of the injury. Uh, and he was told not to put weight on his one leg. So I think you have to wait before considering what kind of injuries, and that's all for now. So we have to wait to check for scan reports for what kind of injuries these players have got. So there were 2 red cards, multiple tackles, high foot tackles on the FC Goa player, and FC Goa head coach decided to call off the game, and the game was called off 15 minutes before the 15 minutes before the full time. What Adrian Luna, I touch upon Adrian Luna in a Killer Blaster video. So, and now I'll bring all the analysis when start doing. I'm not defending Gokulam Kerala because this is, and I've told what you guys came, not I'm defending. It's just saying that this came from my FC Goa source. So I'm just saying. And for people like us, we need to be very neutral. We can't take a side of a particular club. I have told you what happened from one club side. We need to get from other club before making our opinion. That's what you do in media business. You can't just go by one side. And of course, this is very bad. What happened? If a coach is calling off a match, means it was very bad. And if you're getting a red card in a friendly game, preseason friendly game, I think because referees doesn't throw cards in preseason games. Is ATK and Mohan Bagan parting away? And that's very tough question to tell at this stage. I think anything is possible. If I tell you right now, but can't say that it is happening or not. are they going to sign an Asian in 8 days? They can sign, don't worry. So free agents are available. A couple of agents are there because that's how the North United was speaking to. They will go back to the old targets again. Quarantine with Caleb Blaster will end tomorrow. Am I right? Uh, I think I'm not sure of the what kind of how many days are they, because once they enter in bubble, they entered in bubble or not? Is the bubble quarantine? Is the before quarantine? So I'm not sure on that. Don't you think AFC should change the format? East Zone looks very easy. I'm not a fan of AFC formats in all over the tournaments they do. I want to see North United do good with Indian coach. I have personally feel Khalid will do well. So guys, 265 likes. I think we should able to do it 300 likes. I'm sure there will be 35 people in this chat, in this stream, who have not liked this video. Please do it. I think that's only way I know that you guys liking the unlike other streams where super chats are coming and all. Indian football, the super chat is still not active, so likes is the only counter for us to judge the quality of the stream and everything. So guys, can we say that ISL teams are fixing matches with Gokulam Kela just to injure FC Goa sides? What do you think? Too big. बहुत बड़ा आरोप है साहिल भाई. I don't think so. It's feasible to say this. I'm not sure any they will do it, because if this come in public, this will create a big scenario in Indian football. Uh, what about Valentin Koeman, CFC player one goal, one assist in preseason game against Bengal FC is also representing Hungary national team. Thoughts on? I've given my thoughts on that, Manoj, when I did CFC analysis in this stream, weekly stream we have done for all teams now. Only Northeast United is remaining. 500 500 नहीं होगा भाई, so आप 300 बन जाओ. I'm not sure 500 live stream mein hoga. It will go and happen in offline, but not in live stream. So I have touched upon these players, Manoj, in the Chennai FC's part, so you can go there. Now I'm going to do tactical videos very soon. So there, of course, I'm going to get the preseason results and the scorer in that. Yeah, SAFF should merge with Asian. Unlikely. It will not merge for sure. Any chance of East Bengal doing better this season? We did analyze East Bengal squad today. And it looks tough. On paper, it looks tough. You ask me, because the in primary Indian players are not even will be first choice player in any other ISL team. Not even at Northeast United. What happened to the match? It's what that match FC Goa and Gokulam Kerala preseason friendly was called off 15 minutes before FC full time whistle. FC Goa coach Juan Fernando called off the game. There were 2 red cards shown to the Gokulam Kerala. Match was very rash from Gokulam Kerala side. There was some tackles, knee on the face for Makhanlal Chote. There was a tackle on Glenn, very high tackle. Nemil was tackled and injured. He was taken off straight away by FC Goa, and Chote got sliding tackles on Gama also. So these were things happened, and then they decided to call the game off. Somebody else. There's some photo of Mohammad Neville leaving the stadium in braces from the stadium. Yeah, that's what I told. He was told by physio not to put any weight on his that foot. The photo is on the Telegram group, by the way, of Khel now. So that's why you guys should join this. Well, you will get all these details, very soon, because people are very active, fans of Indian football, very active here. So this is Mohammad Neville leaving the stadium, and he was told not to put any pressure on the foot. I think scan report need to wait it. So I think before we can say anything, we have to wait. So yeah, and credit to the Omi on I think he's FC Goa fan on Khel Now community group to send these photos, and I think that's why this is straight away plugin that you guys uh, should join the group if you're looking for discussion of Indian football, because there are not many places in and around. I'm not saying they're good places. WhatsApp group will be there, but these are 1,500 people from every team. We have made sure there is admin from every team. I will make sure if there is not, but I think we have admin from majority of the teams till now, and fans from each team. Of course, and they of course they discuss lots of stuff, but majority they discuss Indian football, and I keep on coming there. So I just got mentioned from one of the person who's watching this live stream on the chat. So I have just shown you guys the photo. Should India join CAF or EE for Asia? ASEAN will be my choice if India has to play outside SAFF, but India can't leave SAFF for sure. Will JJ join any ISL team in coming days? He should be joining. I think he was close to join. I'm not sure why he's not joined till now, and it's not helping him why he's delaying that. Ashish, why Praful Patel and FSL do not have financial power to control AFC? They can't command AFC like is one of the richest family in the world, but I think it's not that simple because AFC is dominated by West Asian. Money comes from West Asian, for them revenue. The group is only admin. This group is only admin. Which group? In Jamshedpur FC, Ishan will get a time, any chance of returning national team camp. I think if he does well, he will return to national team camp. When we did the depth analysis chart for Jamshedpur FC, because of the four foreigners, whenever Owen Cowell need to mix his team up, he will need to play Ishan Pandit alongside Vazquez or Jordan Murray. So let's see. I think he is third choice centre forward there. And they're playing two center forward formation 4-4-2. I think he should get chances there. Unlike FC Goa, we are just playing one center forward up front. Gokulam Pilla are very arrogant physically. I think they should play carefully for both teams' goodness. I am Kerala fan, but what they are doing is not good. I think you can't get a red card in a preseason friendly. I think if you're getting a red card in a preseason friendly without seeing the tackle, I think it's very bad because that's what preseason friendlies are about. Referee doesn't show many cards in the preseason friendly. If you're getting red card and that's two red card, I think it's not good. And I'm not sure. We have to speak with the both side of teams before saying anything what happened there. But what information I got straight away while chatting, while doing this video, I've shared on this live stream straight away. So that's it. Will Sandesh Jingan start? I have to check. HNK Sebnik is playing tonight, so if he does, of course we'll get to know. But I have not checked on that. I think was told that he will start that cup game in 26th. Is it today? I'm not sure, but in this week only. What was the score of the game? Let me just ask score also. If I get, I will tell you guys. And before we should wrap this up, 291 likes. Can we get 300 guys? So Tomba Singh, if you watch people watching East Bengal analysis, Tomba Singh has left, and I've used him some of the formation, so he will be replaced by any relevant Indian midfielder like Saurav Das. Score was 0-0 before the game got called off. Which match you will watch in Mega 24th of October? What is there on 24th of October? I think it's Sunday on 24th of October. How many matches are there in 24th October? You're saying, because I think India is playing in football. Let me check fixtures for Indian team. Might playing on 24th, so I'm going to watch that. And is it on the weekend? Then of course Sunday. So I think Sunday you will have lots of football. You will have Premier League also. Fixtures. Yeah, India is not playing 24th. India is playing 25th of October, 10 p.m. All the game kickoff time is 10 p.m. IST. Oman, India, UAE, India, Kyrgyzstan, 10 p.m. IST. So that's the thing. And I think 24th India is not playing. So which are the games on the 24th? India versus Pakistan, World Cup, El Clasico. Of course, Manchester United I'm going to watch. India Pakistan, I can watch it if not coinciding with Manchester United. It's Khel returned from Indian camp. I think he might be given an extra day off by the club, to get refresh. El Clasico, not interest. I have not watched El Clasico when even not even when when Rooney or Ronaldo was playing. I sometime did watch, sometime not. Today I got so La Liga, what production they're using for just to share you guys what kind of in tech of sports. Okay, so I was just checking, with La Liga some detail. The La Liga production details for El Clasico, they're using 4K HDR production, 32 cameras in total, which include 10 super slow cameras, 4 for high speed, 6 super slow motion, 2 cinematic cams, creating a cinematic effect in place of the fan cam, 2 pole cams situated behind the goals, 2 key players tracking cameras, which is K players, 1 aerial camera at a height of 21-meter, 1 helicopter, 1 drone. Then you come, they have a live 3D graphics, which is only league in the world, football competition world, to use that innovation to show that live 3D technology to generate virtual graphics during the broadcast. Then they also have a 360 replays technology that uses 38 Ultra HD cameras placed around the stadium to create that volumetric 360 videos for replays. That's the tech behind your La Liga broadcasting of El Clasico, and this is far, far ahead what Premier League does. Premier League is behind Bundesliga and La Liga in these terms, tech, in the technology, in the production, broadcasting. I think Bundesliga also used lots of new form innovation to broadcast their games. La Liga also used lots of new innovation to broadcast their game. Premier League does not do that because Premier League is in demand already. So other leagues need to do these new stuff. But this is all about what La Liga. I thought of sharing with you guys. Just got these details today. By today, Gokulam Kela, we touch upon Gokulam Kela, physical game, 2 red cards and everything. Vivek, I knew, and I've shared with you guys. I think about Kerala FC investment, nothing at this stage. Job is also doing good in Chennai FC. Great. I think I saw his scored in preseason. Is he? I have not, very honestly, because they are not streaming. I was not watching, not able to watch these games. But because I will take a report from the people who have watched these games once I start doing my videos. Can all state league be conducted and winner of selected I League second division? I think that should be the way going in the future. Uh, न्यू टीरी वाले भाई, नेक्स्ट सीजन के मैचेस इंक्रीज होंगे और 3-4 महीने से 8 महीने का होगा. आई एम ऑल्सो न्यू टीरी. दैट्स ग्रेट. आई एम फ्रॉम टीरी ओनली. सीजन तो इंक्रीज होगा, मैचेस भी इंक्रीज होंगे. कैसे होगा वो अभी देखने के लिए डिसाइडेड नहीं हुआ है, तो लेट्स सी. योर वीज ऑन प्रिंसटन, ऑल्दो ही हैवंट गॉट इनफ चांसेस ड्यू टू कॉम्पिटिशन, बट ही कैन बी वेरी गुड क्रिएटिव अटैकिंग मिडफील्डर एंड प्रोवाइड मैच विनिंग असिस्ट. I've seen Princeton play in Goa Pro League level before because I've been to Goa to watch games, and he has the talent. And I think under 23 games will be the where Princeton will make name for himself. I personally feel that. Which team is spending more money not as a player cost but for other purposes? FC Goa is doing lots of stuff to sustain themselves. Hyderabad, as you've seen, their off-field projects involvement. Bengal FC for the academy work and the high performance centers they have built. It's for the SW Sports, but of course they have included football facilities there. You can say for these teams where to watch Croatia League because Jingan might play today. I think there will be some third-party streamings to watch. Neymar injury update: he has left in the braces, support on his leg, and asked not to put any weight on that leg, injured leg he got. Just to check that it was his left leg, main leg, which is placed through. I think let's see what test result says. By Hugo Humo issue, there is no issue for Hugo Humo. People have created the issue. His phone and everything got lost. I think passport got lost. That's by stolen, to be particular. And that's why his arrival in India has been late. He has already put a statement on his Instagram clarifying all the details and that he will be out very soon. He will be coming in India very soon. Guys, thank you. I think that should be it for today. Great on the live streaming. We have done 39 episode. I think more than 45 weeks now we're doing it, which is nearly 2 years now. I'm not sure when was the first episode we did. We'll check and try to do it next time. AFC Cup host Cup nation out. AFC Cup host nations for what? I'm not sure what you're asking because AFC Cup have happening alongside. That's how much does an average foreign player paid in ISL? Hmm. It should be above 60 to 70 lakhs, and it goes till 2 to 3 crores. So you can take an average out of these. Will FIFA ranking of India affect the Indian players transfer to Bundesliga clubs? Indian players are not going to Bundesliga clubs in next 2 years. विवेक ले लिया वो आपका क्वेश्चन मैंने. I know Shan Pandita will get a chance. Will Narendra extend his contract with Jamshedpur? He should. I think Narendra is will get chance with Jamshedpur this season. I think so. भाई बीवी का ढिंडोरा देखिए नहीं देखा भाई टाइम नहीं लगा. Yeah, they had a fight with Gokulam, but his leg is seriously injured, so I'm not sure what happened there. So we can't say that what actually happened, but I have just shared the details. I've got it. AFC Cup host cities nation are out, but India, which AFC Cup? The upcoming AFC Cup, or you saying AFC Asian Cup? Why Anwar Ali is not? I'm not sure why Anwar Ali is not selected. Why Mohammad Neville is not selected? They have a ton of players. Ninthoi not selected. There are a ton of players which we can talk about who are not selected. We'll get injury updates next week for sure. Looks like my video is a bit delay for you guys. It might be because people are keep on asking same question even after I answer that. There is no update, latest update on telecast on the 23 team. Telecast unlikely. I think streaming will be there. Whatever I think. I think any updates on Northeast friendlies, I have to check on the friendly front. I have been not able to follow up on that. Anwar will do as soon as possible in January for sure. Tell about Raman Vijan's ex-soccer football federation team who played in I League second division. Am I correct? They played in. I'm not sure they played in I League second division. Uh, can't reveal that. Kedar Raster investment talks. Those still can be on, right? AFC Asian Cup host names. Host is China. The group stage they're saying bye bye. That's I have taken. Guys, thank you very much. Okay, we have crossed 300 likes, so that's telling that we're doing a decent job. I did not say good job. So we're trying to do more stuff. There is Jordan Murray interview on the channel, which Hari has done. So guys can go and watch that. There is Mohammad Neville interview. If you guys want to watch it, you can watch it. And there is also lots of old content with Novi sir is there. You can watch those content also. This channel have lots of historical old videos of players when they were young. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, Sunil Chhetri, Dika Ralte, raw videos of these players before ISL break into the scene. If you go to our channel, short the videos, oldest, you will find some good videos to watch, which you guys can rewatch. Marcus gave an update. Jitendra Jingan may play against Croatian side 9:30 p.m. Great. I think that's good. Considering if he might play and then he has a cup game to play, so he might play two games in next 7 8 days. Great news for Indian football team, not just for Indian football, because we will need Sandesh Jingan coming back fit and in form when the next game of national team in Feb. Vivek, of course, I remember, and there are other people also who just like you keep on comes in the these kind of stream in our streams in this stream because it's 39 episode. There are people on this chat who are there from very first video also. When will the AFC Asian Cup 23 qualified draw held? I think I'm here mixed thing. Some said Feb, somebody said May also. I think it will happen after around March, after March qualifiers, March friendlies. Guys, thank you very much. I think it's already 8 p.m. We should wrap the show up. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for watching it. Everything, all links in description tab. Also, I am thinking, and this is to launch my own sports gaming channel. Trying to get PlayStation first. I have not played FIFA for last 5 years, so I'm very bad into it. But I play Football Manager regularly. So, will you guys interested to watch live streaming of Football Manager? But it's a very long game, unlike PUBG or football, FIFA. It doesn't that attractive in that stream, but highlights, of course, you guys will be interesting. So, should I launch a separate channel for that? If you guys think so, can recommend me some names, you know. And I think that's I'm not going to stream these PUBG mobile and all. I'm just talking about sports game. It can be basketball, tennis, football, because that's what I'm more interested into it. I have to get PlayStation before I'm trying to get it. So do share thoughts here on my Twitter. Link is in description. You can send me DM on Twitter on anywhere. I just want to know the thoughts. Will you guys interested to watch football? FIFA, I'm very bad because I've last played in 2014. If I start playing again, it will take time. I play PES on mobile, It will be game, usually console gaming. I think cricket, there's a new game coming up. Advanced booking is going on. There is EA Sports, FIFA is already there, you know. I play PES, you see know that I played against him. And football manager I play. So वो मैं करूँगा. That's, I'm hoping they keep ISL playable this season, you know, in football manager. And those mostly will be the sports game. I'm not into the PUBG mobile. I sometimes play, but not into the PUBG mobile and all, because these are already lots of streamer are doing that. Mostly sports game, basketball, tennis, you know, football, different game of football, football manager, because that's what I'm going to do it for sure. I play PES on mobile for sure. I played against PES COC user in the chat. I defeated one game, he defeated me next game, and because I've not played this edition a lot because of changes in the game, but I play PES mobile a lot. So yeah, so I'm thinking to do that. Maybe I have my personal channel called Ashish Negi. I will rename that. I'm thinking with the name and everything. So football manager is costly, but I think if you play that, I know for college viewing students it's costly, but I think it's worth it. So only thing is, what I can do is, if you guys interested, because I don't have a hard disk, I have Football Manager 2017, 2019 on my Steam. I think 2020 also mine Steam. So I have 3 Football Manager on Steam. I think Football Touch also. If you want to play on a mobile, some of you guys can take my idea and can play. Uh, इंडियन प्लेयर्स ऐड हुए हैं एफसी गोवा के, एशियन प्लेयर्स एफसी गोवा के प्लेयर्स ऐड होंगे पेस में. सो या, so might do that I think very soon. So depending on when I get a hold of this PlayStation, you guys can know the trick how I can get the PlayStation in next upcoming restock which is happening on 25th of October. बहुत मेहरबानी होगी अगर कोई हेल्प कर पाएगा, बिकॉज आई एम ट्राइंग इन लास्ट एक साल ही होने वाला है टू गेट अ हैंड ऑन इट, नॉट एबल टू गेट इट. पीपल आर, बहुत बीच में स्टॉकर्स वो आ गए हैं, चीटर्स आ गए हैं, दे बाय इट एंड देन सेल इट फॉर अ कॉस्टली पर्पस. आई डोंट वांट टू डू इट. So I'm looking for this edition to buy. So you guys can help it, so it will be great. So let's see. I think I'm going to do, if ISL is playable, I'm going to do lots of save related to ISL. I did one save in I think 2019 edition. I became a head coach of Bengaluru FC and Indian national team, and signed lots of Indian origin players. Took Bengaluru FC to AFC Champions League, won Champions League with Bengaluru FC. And while the coach of Bengaluru FC, I got an offer from Sutherland in Premier League in England. And then I became the coach of Sunderland, did wonders with Sutherland, then became coach of Manchester United and became their legend also. Then I got retired. It was, I think, 30 years of my save. So that was 2019. When I got retired, it was 2049 or 2050, you know. So that long I played that save. Well, I started from India. In India, it took me time to do well with Bengaluru FC that time, you know. Then do well. My target was do well in Asia, and then my next target was to go to Premier League, not to French League or Dutch League, which was easier. Spanish League, lower division. My aim was Championship or Premier League, and it took me time, and I rejected all the offers I got. But eventually, I got that offer of Sutherland, and then I signed for Sunderland, and then I did well with them. Then I signed with Manchester United, and I retired after winning everything. So that was a good save I did with the Indian club. But Bangalore FC was an I League that time, and last edition they didn't have ISL playable. ISL clubs are there in Football Manager. ISL League is there, but it is not playable. ISL game doesn't, fixtures doesn't come. So I hope they fix it. This edition beta has come out, so I've asked somebody to confirm it. So if Football Manager is it, I have played FIFA and PES on PC for 6 years. Started in 2008, and I think I left in 2014. But the details in Football Manager is at a different level. It's not a football game, you know. It's not we are going to play the match. It's all everything you do as a manager, you do as a employee of a club, and you set up your team to play match. So it's like a sim. There is FIFA, there is also sim, you know, to games, and you just watch your players do according to your tactics and your playing 11. Football Manager, you do everything. You can play Football Manager on a Steam, using a Steam, or you can buy a physical disc also, but Steam is the best way to do it. And it's also in a touch version on your phone also. Of course, you have to purchase it. So touch version, if you, I don't play touch version, so if anybody is interested to play touch version, I can give you guys. I'm not sure it is transferable or not because it's on my Steam account, so I'm not sure it's possible to play for you or not. इंडियन वुमेन टीम का रैंकिंग की चिंता है. रैंकिंग कहीं नहीं जाएगा, दे विल रिटेन देयर रैंकिंग. यू प्ले कंसोल देन फीफा, because PES disappointed this time. I think console I will play FIFA only. Mobile PES, I play mobile PES. So that's the thing. They will tell you some trick. If you know the coding, you can get it. I know the coding. You should join Discord channel for getting PS5. There are 3 channels in Discord. Can catch them. I have joined couple of channels and they have some Flipkart. Some bots are there which I can also activate. So I will try to do it this time, but I don't want to buy it from Flipkart. There's a tricky with Flipkart. They sometimes accept your order and cancel it at the last moment. I will do that. So hopefully I will be able to get it. So then I'm going to, get my this channel running and start doing some sports gaming for you guys. I played top 11 for 3 years. I started with my first game was PES Winning 11. You can say that was known as Winning 11. Then I did 2009 PES, 2010 PES, 2011 PES. Then I switched to EA Sports FIFA for 2 years, 3 years till 2014. And then of course वो सब छूट गया इंजीनियरिंग की फाइट में फाइनल ईयर के एंड देन जॉब में of course never got a time. Phone pay I play PES sometime whenever I get time, so which usually not. In between I did play a lot of Football Manager. With Football Manager is that you can put it on a background and it's keep on working. You just do your work eventually, and just in between you can go and check that how many iconics you have. In PES Mobile, I'm not a big fan of IM players. So I only use one IM player, which is Bassam as a center forward, AC Milan legend. Other than that, I use traditional card for Roberto Carlos, Maldini, and Paul Scholes, because even I have upgraded version. I don't use them. I like the base legend version. I use Pogba in my midfield, and then of course I use tricky wingers in form of Mason Greenwood and Ansu Fati, and I have Delete and Oblak and Arnold to make my 11. I I will come and coach. Manchester United save is easy to do it because that's lots of money. And if you have money in Football Manager, if you use mind, you can make your club successful. So it's challenging when you start from lower tier in England, League One, League Two, or maybe lower than that. I did one save with I watched Sutherland Till I Die in 2020. I did a save. I think if you guys have not watched that series on Netflix, it is Netflix. I am not sure Netflix or Amazon Prime, but Sutherland Till Die, I think one of the best football documentary I have seen. There's a 2 season, and I got so inspired. Even they were very bad when they're playing in Premier League for Manchester United. We are always there was issues, injuries, and all. I did a save with them from League Two, League One to Premier League to become that get the legendary status. That's what is challenging in Football Manager. You can go to the lower tier and then pick those teams. There's difficulties, the kind of limitation they put you. Football FFP, the squad, you can't cite foreigners, so that's the fun. If you select Manchester United, Barcelona, Chelsea, Real Madrid, PSG in Football Manager, then Football Manager is not the game for you. I think then you should stick to FIFA because that's what you want to do. But if you want to face the challenges which coaches face at the lower tier, then you should play Football Manager. ठीक है गाइस, आई थिंक थोड़ा सा ऑफ द ट्रैक हो गया आज की कन्वर्सेशन लास्ट में. So I will thank you, Kumar Reddy, saying I will try the Amazon Vijay sale. I will try Vijay sale and SC जो PS का store, I will try that. Naimil injury seriously is not known. Aslam, he is asked to not put weight on his left foot, and I think scan reports tomorrow can tell that how serious is the injury. I was having a very top team in FIFA, but I lost touch. I didn't play again. I think FIFA is fun, but I think you should not spend money on the football games to build your teams. That's what I'm not fan with PES. Also, they introduced this IM players, ultra version of the legends, base legends, and people are spending coins, buying coins. I know the games work that way, but that's the thing. So I think that's it. We'll talk about gaming someday else. So thank you guys for joining in. I will see you guys again. Remember, next week most likely we'll do a video on Indian Inside Indian Football on Friday, on Thursday, not on Friday.